I first stumbled on ecom when I was around 10 years old. I know that sounds crazy. Yes, I was 10 years old. I found Amazon. I had an iPod that I traded someone in my class a pen for. So I decided to sell it on Amazon. My mom thankfully let me use her credit card. I sold on that iPod on Amazon, made some money from it, and I thought, wow, this is actually so awesome, right? Although this was 14 years ago, Amazon and the idea of ecom just blew my mind because even then I thought there's people out there who are doing something like this at a high volume. So they have a store with a bunch of items and they're selling them throughout the day and throughout the night. But given that I was only 10 years old, obviously I wasn't going to stick to this way of making money online long term. So I kind of forgot about it. A couple of years passed by. I dabbled a little bit into eBay, lost some money, kind of forgot about it again. And then around 2020, I had my first kind of jump back into ecom and making money online. Now, we were all bored. We were all locked up at home. We were trying to figure out ways to maybe make money, maybe learn a new skill. And I came across ecom, and a friend of mine was really into ecom. So he sent me this course of some content creator on YouTube who made a full course on how to make money with Shopify, how to source products, how to sell, whatever. Since I had a bunch of time on my hands, I watched the course, set up my Shopify website, then went on AliExpress and Alibaba trying to find products. Found this horrendous product. It was like a little keychain. So I ordered it off AliExpress and it took like 2 months to get here. So that's when I realized this is not going to work out. So again, I left ecom behind. Fast forward 2 years later, 2022, I was on vacation one night. I could not go to sleep. I'm scrolling on my phone. I think I was on Instagram or I was on TikTok, and I saw someone selling this really cool AirPod case, and then went onto their website and I saw that they had made over 8,000 sales. They had like a big banner saying, "Thank you for 8,000 orders." Did some math calculated in my head. I was like, this motherfucker just made over $200,000 off of this product right here. I need to figure this out. I became obsessed. Over like that night, I watched a bunch of videos about how to like get designs on things, how to print designs on clothes, because that's automatically what I thought of. I was like, I can get designs on AirPod cases, on clothes, and this and that, and I can sell this and make money online. So I watched videos that night, didn't go to sleep. Before I got on the plane, I tell my mom, I'm gonna start an online business. Like, I'm gonna start selling stuff online. She's like, it was going into I think it was going, no, it was after my senior year of college. I had graduated college, but I was going into my 9 to 5. She's like, focus on your 9 to 5, focus on your master's, whatever. I get back home from vacation and instantly within the week, I have my Shopify site up and I stumble on Printify and I order in some samples of some print on demand products. And I'll tell you guys, I'll be super honest, super straightforward. The first product that I sold was this, they still have it on Printify, color changing mug. And at the time, a Bad Bunny album had just come out. So I was like, hold up, if I can put the Bad Bunny album design on a color changing mug, people are gonna go crazy for it. They are going to love it. So I put it on. I make a bunch of TikToks, TikTok, trying to promote it. I had like 50 followers on that account. I was like, if you get us 100 followers, we'll do a giveaway, whatever. After a week, 2 weeks, no sales. Then after week 3, I finally get an order on that mug. That month I got a couple more orders, and I think in about 4 months I was able to do like 100 orders, something like that. And in 4 to 5 months I finally hit like the 10K revenue mark. Not profit, nothing, just $10,000 in revenue after 4 to 5 months. But then things severely slowed down. I kind of gave up on it until I finally rediscovered it again, ecom, and specifically with TikTok Shop in 2023 in August. And the past year, I mean, the rest is history, right? Just look at my channel and you'll see me document my whole journey and the success I've had. Now, I'll also pop up a screenshot right here of my TikTok Shop because I like to be very transparent. I want you to go take a look at my TikTok Shop. You can see the sales, you can see the content that I post, you can see how consistent I am. And pretty much like they say, the proof is in the pudding. That's how I was able to be successful. But while reminiscing on this journey that I've had on practically 14 years of ecom, I've been able to uncover and think about all the mistakes that I made during this time. And I thought many people probably fail in ecom because they make these same exact mistakes. And over 14 years, I made a ton, but I was able to kind of narrow down and hone in on the 3 that are going to completely not allow you to have any sort of long-term success or actual longevity with ecom. That's going to allow you to leave your 9 to 5. So let's get right into the video. I know that was a long ass intro, but I wanted to interrupt this video real quick and say that I have officially launched my TikTok shop one-on-one coaching program. The reason for this is because I've spoken to so many individuals who are interested in pursuing TikTok shop seriously, but have no idea on how to start or what the path looks like. Now, over this past year, I've been able to build up my TikTok shop. I'll pop it up right here to over 5,000 orders, and I documented my whole entire journey here on YouTube. I've also grown my business account to over 17,000 followers, again, all documented here on YouTube. So I've gained a bunch of experience and knowledge in TikTok shop during this period of time that has now led me, or allowed me, the opportunity to fully leave behind my 9-to-5 job and fully focus on running my TikTok shop and my e-commerce business as a whole. If you are someone who is interested in doing the same and you want someone to guide you on a one-on-one basis through this process, you will find my school one-on-one coaching link down below. In school, you're going to get a bunch of pre-recorded modules and more added based on things that you want to learn more about, like you can watch at your convenience. You're going to get one-on-one coaching sessions on a weekly basis multiple times. This is one-on-one. It's not some pre-recorded course. And you will also get 24/7 direct access to me through WhatsApp to ask whatever questions you have about TikTok shop, about content. And I'm going to help you in every single which way that I know thus far to grow your TikTok shop up until this point as well. So thank you for watching this quick bit. Let's get right back into the video. The number one mistake, and I made this early on, this is a mistake that I used to make when I was younger, and it's wanting everything to be laid out in front of you. And what made me realize that many people make the same exact mistake is on a video of mine that I posted a couple weeks ago, someone commented, "Oh, this guy only tells us the surface level stuff, but obviously he's going to keep all the secrets to himself." And I thought, this lazy dumbass, excuse my language, but this lazy dumbass, all he had to do was click on my channel. He'll be able to see that I have over 60 videos of all different styles, presentation style, journey style, everything, and even showing my TikTok shop and showing exactly how I was able to have success. But he wanted it all just laid out to him on a platter. Not only is it laziness, but it's expecting someone to come hold your hand and tell you this is exactly what you're going to do today, and even do it for you. I always would sit there and think, like, I'd consume all the content about how to set up a Shopify, how to make money with email marketing, how to do this and that. But I would still be like, no, they're hiding something. They're doing something else that I'm not doing, or they're not telling me about. And it's that mentality that keeps you just stuck in one space, in one spot. It's never going to allow you to progress. Why? Because you can sit back and say, well, they're not showing me the secrets, they're doing things that they're not documenting, or that they're not teaching me about, they're holding it for themselves. But in that moment, you're supposed to sit there and try to add some of your own creativity, right? It can't all be laid out for you. If there was just one formula that everyone can apply word for word, it's eventually going to get either oversaturated or it's going to stop working. Everyone has their own flair. Everyone has their own style. Think about sports, for example. I love soccer, right? There's, so many great players out there, and they might have all the fundamentals correct, right? But what separates this Jude Bellingham from a random Premier League center midfielder is that although they do the basics very well, Jude has a little bit of extra creativity, that little bit of extra spark, right? That he developed over the years and with time of honing in on his craft. So when it comes to ecom, it's the exact same thing. You can't go and copy someone else's exact same formula. Now, you can apply all the basics that someone is going to teach you, right? You can take all the basics that kind of generally work for everyone. For example, with TikTok shop, you can take everything I've said about creating content, how to create content that drives sales, how to be more creative with your content and think a little bit outside of the box, and different content styles and ideas. You can go look at the ones that I've even posted, but you still need to add a little bit of your own spark to it. You can't just go and copy my videos word for word. And this is what so many people are lacking, and they'll blame it on, oh, you're not telling me all the secrets, or you're hiding something, or this is just a scam to sell a course, or this isn't even actually a real way of making money. So that's the kind of the whole number one that most people fall into, and it happens kind of early on in your journey. So definitely be careful and avoid that. Number two, and this kind of aligns with having success in any path or any business model out there, And that is expecting things to take off instantly, or expecting the first business that you start out with to be your final business, or to be the one that gets you to 10, 20, 100K and $1 million. The odds of you succeeding in a month or 2 months of first trying out ecom, hitting 10K a month, 20, 30, 40K a month after a month or two are probably 0.01%. Some people are going to be able to achieve it. Those are the outliers. The vast majority of people who are in the middle percentile are not going to do it in a month. They're not going to do it in 2 months. And most certainly that first ecom business that you start, that product that you start out with, that kind of vision that you have is going to be vastly different from the final business that is going to get you to 100K, a million, 10 million, 100 million. And you need to understand that. Now, everyone starts out with ecom, with YouTube, with pretty much any business model. And it's like, well, I've consumed all this content. Where's the success at? I've been doing it for a month. I've been doing it for 3 weeks. Where's all the money at? I'm trying to be rich already. And obviously it's easy to fall into that trap when you look on YouTube and you see the people saying how my ecom business did 75K in a day, or spending 75K in 3 hours because of the revenue that I made from my ecom business. That was a long ass title, but stuff along those lines. You see someone's chapter 30, the final page of their book, and you compare it to page number 1 of your book. You are just starting out. You're just starting out that book. You're just starting to write. You're in the introduction. You haven't even hit chapter 1. So take it slow and understand this is a long process, and it's not going to be quick. And it's not going to be consistency over a month, 2, even 3 months. It's going to be consistency over a year. And I love to give the analogy of fitness. Now, you can work out as hard as you want for a week straight, every single day, and eat super clean for a week straight. You're not going to have your dream body after 1 week. After 2, after 3, after 4, you're going to start to see results, but the dream body is going to come after 6 months, a year, 2 years, 3 years. It's a very long journey, and staying consistent in just the beginning is not good enough, my friend. You need to do it over the long term. The other analogy that I like to give with fitness is that the way you work out when you first start out is going to be vastly different from the way you train after a year or 2 of experience and really understanding fitness. You're going to be able to optimize your results with a kind of a personalized training program that works for you. Again, the same with ecom. You're gonna start out, like I said, I started out selling color changing mugs with Bad Bunny's album on them. That's what I started out with. And now I'm trying to build a clothing brand with designs that are totally unique. I started selling products that are, although they were kind of in a fashion trend, I had them totally made custom for me. I started holding inventory. These are things that I couldn't even fathom or imagine in the beginning. They did not exist. They were not there. But because I stuck to it, and I wish, and this is the mistake that I made, is that my process was over 14 years. You can make your process over 3 years just by not giving up. By staying consistent for year 1, year 2, year 3, and your business is going to evolve and develop. And I'll tell you another story. The company that I used to work at, very successful ecom company, not an ecom brand, but an e-commerce software called Klaviyo. Now, anyone who's in ecom knows what Klaviyo is. It knows it's a multi-billion dollar company. Now, this company first started out, they were trying to teach people how to use Excel or how to use different computer softwares. That's literally how they started out. And then after a month, 2 months, 6 months of like putting different software products out there and looking at the feedback and how people reacted to it and what was needed in the industry, they were able to hone in more and more and more. And first launch email marketing, then launch SMS marketing, then launch reviews, then a data platform. So where the company is right now, 10 years from when it started, when it's worth $1 billion, is a completely different product and company than it was when it was starting out doing 50K a year, 60K a year, 100K a year. How did they get to the $1 billion mark? Sheer consistency and persistence. You just cannot stop when it comes to ecom, and you need to apply that. If this is the business model that you choose, put your head underwater for a year and just focus on it. Stop jumping from one thing to another. Last but not least, this is a mistake that people again make when they say, oh, I'm such a perfectionist, that's why I don't want to do that. I want to make sure everything with it is right, and I need to evaluate, and I need to go consume content on it. This is the biggest mistake that you can make. You do not need to know everything about ecom, because Not everything can be taught to you. You simply need to experience it. No one can teach you what it's like to get a big inventory batch that's all damaged. No one can teach you how to deal with that. It's something that you're going to build up to and experience. No one can teach you how to be able to optimize your Shopify store with like the smaller little margins, the small little things that perform better. It's going to come with trial and error. But if you're someone who sits there and you're like, I'm going to learn everything there is to learn about ecom, then I'm going to step into it. This right here is only going to serve to discourage you, because you know that saying that says the more you know about something, the more you realize you don't know anything at all. Now, I kind of deal with that when it comes to history. I love reading history books and love learning about history. But the more I learn about history and I learn about, for example, I'm reading a book about the Persians right now. Now, in that book, it's speaking about the Babylonians also. And it's speaking about the Assyrians. And I'm like, damn, I don't know nothing about the Assyrians. I don't know anything about the Babylonians. And it's expanding my horizon and I'm learning more and more. But the more I learn, the more I realize I don't know that much, right, in the grand scheme of our human history. So that was just an analogy, but when it comes to ecom, if you're gonna sit there and not put anything into practice and watch 10 videos a day for a month, where do you expect the results to come from? Right? Because you're gonna sit there and come up with the perfect plan, launch it after 3 months, and like I said, your first ecom store it's not really gonna be successful. You might make a couple hundred, it's not gonna be super successful. Once this fails, you're gonna sit back and say, damn, I prepped for 3 months, 4 months for this bullshit and it didn't even work out. Nah, I'm not doing this anymore. Let me go do something else. So you spend all that learning, all that energy for no reason. I know I've gave too many analogies in this video, but one more. When it comes to fitness, if you sit there and you watch Chris Bumstead every single day, Colin Von Moger, Jeff Seid, David Lade, you can watch their amazing workout content every day. You can learn about, who's the guy that does like the science exercise, Jeff Nippard or something like that. You can watch that. You can learn about all the science behind exercise. If you don't get your ass in the gym, your body is not going to change. You need to start applying. And the more, again, you learn about fitness, the more you get discouraged. You're like, am I breathing at the most optimal point? Am I doing the lat pull downs at the most optimal angle? No, I have to change it. It's just going to get too frustrating. Take this as a fun and enjoyable journey. At the end of the day, making money online is kind of like a game, right? Especially when you use something like print on demand, or you don't hold a bunch of inventory to start out with, which I always recommend. There's no losses to be made. It's literally a game. And I know, and this is like a little story that I love to share because it's beautiful in a way, is when you first start, and that's why I'm telling you, just start. The first night of you launching your Shopify, you're not going to be able to sleep because you're constantly going to be having dreams of getting Shopify sales. Everyone who has an e-com business will attest to this. The first night you do not sleep and you wake up in the morning, you check your phone, you're like, shit, I didn't get any sales. But then the beauty of it is that a year later, 2 years later, you can look back and you can say, damn, now I wake up, damn, only 40 orders. I mean, that's good. Like 40, or we made a K overnight. Okay, maybe 2,000 overnight. It's all right. We can do more. The only way for you to have these feelings, these emotions, and truly enjoy this journey, if you just start, my friend, please just start out. There's nothing to lose. You can go start a Shopify website for $1 a month for 3 months, set up MailChimp, email marketing for free, go on Printify, go on Etsy, get designs from Etsy pre-made, throw them onto some clothes on Printify, order some samples, make some videos on TikTok, and see what you can sell. And even if you don't sell anything for the first month, you're gonna learn a ton, way more in that 1 month than you would learn in a year of just consuming content. And again, you're not going to lose anything. So what I can tell you is just make the leap. It's fucking worth it. Go look at my TikTok shop. Look at the numbers on there. Look at the followers. Look at the sales, the orders. And that's just TikTok shop. It's not counting the Shopify sales and everything. The only reason I was able to do that and go watch my day zero journey is because I set myself up on a journey where I said, I'm going to do this for the next 2 to 3 years. With that being said, I hope you don't repeat these mistakes that I made. My camera is about to die. My school link is down below for one-on-one coaching, and my one-on-one calendar link is also down below. Go check out my journey. Go check out my videos on YouTube, and I will see you in the next one. Go act.